Welcome to another exciting edition of 42 Stories Anthology Presents. Today we have Majella Pinto, correct?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you, Majella. I'm going to go ahead and let people know your bio real quick, and then we'll get into talking about your story a little bit. So you're from Mangalore, India, and you're a visual and literary artist living in California. And Majella's fiction is culturally centered around her experiences growing up in South India and the immigrant experience in America. Her short stories have won contests, as have her creative nonfiction. And your pieces have been published in Lunch Ticket, Emerge Magazine. Oh, and you have an MFA in creative writing from Antioch. Okay, I kind of switched from you to her. So as you can see, this is sort of a casual interview, and not to worry.
Yeah. Yes, I'm enjoying it.
You're like, which one are you going to use? You or her? Pick one. Can see your expressions. You're like, which one are you going to use? Your story in the book is, how do I say this title? Do you have your title in front of you?
Yeah, PHAEDO of the Fuhrer,
Hmm.
and I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Uh, yeah, you're doing fine. The reincarnations, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's it. Remind me which chapter we could find your story in.
It's in the satire genre.
Satire.
Are you referring to
Yeah.
the page number or
Oh no, to the
oh,
genre. So
the
it's in the
genre? Yeah,
satire one. It's
yeah.
probably impossible to keep up with the page numbers. If you'd like to give it a read, we can do that later on.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Um,
I love
and
that.
yeah, I think that that'd be great for the viewers and kind of a special treat for those who joined to watch. It's you never know how someone reads it versus how you read it, and so I think hearing you do it would be great if you want to.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're located in California, right?
Yes, Northern California, Silicon Valley.
And where's your writing space?
My writing space is in the corner of my bedroom, and I think this it kind of emerged during the pandemic when we all had to find our own corners. So I moved around from the kitchen to the dining table to all different corners, and then ended up in a corner of the bedroom where I'm rarely interrupted by the family.
Hmm. Oh, well, it makes sense to find a nice spot no one can find. When I was a kid, I had a corner and with this couch, and I turned the couch toward the wall, and then someone would clean, and they'd always move the couch back to the face the not the wall. I don't know, I turned around and I go, "This is how I had it," and I turn it back. But yeah, you
Yeah.
just have to find your place, and that makes sense.
Yeah, what I like about this is it's next to the window, and I like nature, so I get to look outside. I get to see the birds, I get to see the squirrels running around, so it's really nice.
Well, as someone who moved to the United States from somewhere with so much nature, because I know about India and the mountains, and there's this whole heritage thing that they have to do. I don't know if it's for the girls too, where they have to climb a mountain in some cultures. And so y'all have a lot of nature there. And so I wonder which nature do you prefer when you're talking about America and India?
I grew up in the south of India, so I grew up on the coast,
Okay.
where we could on and growing up, at least it doesn't happen now, but when we were growing up and there was less pollution, we could see the stars in the sky, and we could also hear the ocean from where we lived. So that's kind of the nature I grew up in. And I'm drawn to any sort of nature. It doesn't matter what kind of landscape, whether it's an American landscape or Canadian or European. It's just being out there in nature where you can breathe fresh air
Hmm.
and just kind of absorb everything that's around you that's untouched by humans is what I really love.
Yeah, same here. That's great. So I got a few more icebreaker questions for you. What's one of your favorite songs?
Uh, I would, I don't have a favorite song, but I like music from the 70s because that's probably the only time that I listen to music because my dad loved music. So I
Mm.
listened to a lot of ABBA, Jim Reeves, the Beatles, the Bee Gees. And I think the ABBA songs, any of them are, I just love them. Baby, Thank You for the Music, Fernando, I Have a Dream. Yeah, those are my Chiquitita. Those are my favorites.
Oh, yeah, this sounds great. I can relate to a lot of those because it's stuff I listen to as well. What's a book that you've read recently?
Um, right now, I'm reading a lot of Anita Desai's books.
Oh,
So I just finished The Village by the Sea. Uh, I I love I love all her books, all the books that I've read so far. Uh, Fire on the Mountain was one of my favorites. I think that was the first book of hers that I read. It's very immersive in imagery, in scene, and most of her books that I've read so far have been set in India. So I think that's what really engages me because I can see the way she writes. She writes just like the way I can see life being lived in India.
hmm. Oh, I should mention it before I totally forget. It's kind of a secret, so but by the time this video comes out, you'll be able to talk about it. There's going to be a version for India of the book that the publisher's working on. She
Oh,
knows a company over there and was able to contact them, the publisher. So yeah, let your family know who if you have any more there about that later on. But
yes, yes,
I'll email writers about it, but maybe that'll be exciting.
yeah,
Those sound like some good writers I'll have to check out. Fire on the Mountain. Okay.
yeah.
So let's talk a little about your writing. What's the greatest achievement in writing you've experienced
Um,
or won?
I, yeah, I won an honorable mention in an international short story contest. So I think in terms of winning something, that's my greatest accolade.
Hmm.
But I think something greater than that, which I've enjoyed much more, is the reading of a play that I wrote maybe in the past. I don't know when I wrote it, maybe last year or the year before. But the reading of that play and the reception to it was what I enjoyed the most. Uh, and
And sorry, it was what?
it was about two men who go camping with their families, and they get drunk, and then they lose they completely have lost their insight into what's happening, and they start discussing about how soon they would marry if their wives died. And then one of the wives overhears them having this conversation. So it's a comedy about these two men.
You know that that makes me kind of relate to something that really happened. I was sitting there with some writers I know in academic writing, and one of them told me his wife died last year. And I said, "I'm so sorry for your loss." And he said, "It's okay. It's time for a new change in my life anyway." And he has a girlfriend. And I was shocked because I'm so in love with the woman I'm with that I couldn't imagine opening my eyes without her next to me. And for someone's reaction like that, so cold, you could tell the difference between, I guess, maybe time. I don't know, because he was with his wife many, many years, and my relationship's 2 years, so I don't know. But yeah, that's why your story sounds so appealing, because someone can really relate to that. At least I can.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, the audience really loved it because there was a lot of uh, I would say a lot of comedy that comes from being with your partner for a long time. And there's a lot of the usual stereotypical conversations that happen, arguments that happen, and like a comic take on all of that.
Hmm. Yeah. So you're familiar with satire. That's how you got in the chapter.
Yeah.
I also understand that you're an artist, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh, so tell me about any achievements in art.
I mainly do oil painting, and I show my work here in one of the local galleries downtown.
Oh,
And recently, I won a contest that's run by the city, and the topic was community. So I won the prize, and they're going to make a big blow up big banner and then hang it outside the historical museum for I think a year or two. So I think that's a big achievement for me, and I never expected that. So that's the exciting part of my life right now.
congratulations. Is the painting behind you something you've done?
No, the painting is not behind me.
Oh,
Yeah, the one behind me is one of the plein air paintings that I did. The painting that won the competition was a scene of adorning the bride. It was an Indian scene from the part that I come from, Mangalore. It's a couple of women adorning the bride during the bridal ceremony. That was the scene that I painted, and you'll find it on my website.
okay, awesome. I'll definitely check it out. So while doing your art, or even writing, um, what's something that you like to focus on? Like, do you play music or anything?
No, I don't play music. I tend to like silence, and I also I tend to block out uh, everything when I'm focusing, whether it's writing or painting, because I need complete focus while I'm working on something, and I get so immersed in it that I block everything else out.
Oh, that's a there was a study that said that silence is the best way to write, so you could focus harder. So that makes a lot of sense. Is there anyone in your family who's an artist or a writer?
My mother is she's a writer. She's a retired English professor. She taught in the English department, and she authored a book. And I'm not 100% sure, but she may have contributed to this book as well. I'm
Oh,
not 100% sure. I think she did.
oh,
Um, so her name is Majella Pinto.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to run a check. Uh, so if you were to talk to a writer, living or deceased, who would it be?
Um, I think it would be Anita Desai. Yeah, and her daughter Kiran Desai. I think Anita Desai's books were shortlisted for the Booker Prize a couple of times, and Kiran Desai won the Booker Prize. I think those are people that I'd love to have a chat with.
By the way, your mom's story is in the parent chapter. It's the dozing Buddha and other men's nightmares. Oh, I remember that. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
so I'll have to look it up
but
then.
let me double check. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me just double check something. I have to make sure. I can make sure later, but from what I can see, it's there. I'll have to just check later. Anyway, yeah, the writer you mentioned is Roy. How do I say their first name?
Um, the writer I mentioned is Anita Desai,
Okay.
A N Anita
Anita
Desai.
Desai. Oh, okay. I misheard you. I see. So, are any of your friends writers as well?
Um, well, because I did my MFA program, I have a lot of writer friends and a lot of mentors who are now my friends. So yes, I do know a lot of writers because of that connection and that network.
It's great. Yeah. So you mentioned kind of circles. Are you a part of any writer workshop?
Um, yes, so our the university, now that I'm an alumni, we have several writers workshops. We have one for publishing where we get together and we discuss about, what are the best places to submit our work. We kind of hold each other accountable for our goals for the year. Some of us have goals such as we need to have 50 rejections this year. And that's kind of an unusual way of coming up with a goal. But what that means is in order to have 50 rejections, you'd have to send it out to 50 places at least, or 51 places, so that you get one acceptance. So we try to have goals for ourselves, and we hold each other accountable. We meet once a month just to see how we are doing. We share avenues where you can publish if something opens up. We share it with our group. So that's what we do when we work on during our workshop. We also have writing circles where we meet every now and then. We exchange our work, we read, we give each other feedback. So we do a couple of things like that.
That's a really clever way to get people to submit, is to say 50 rejections, and then so they have to keep submitting somewhere. Yeah.
Yes.
Um, so a lot of people might be like, well, they have 100 rejections, so they should submit 101.
I don't know. Yeah.
Hmm. So that's about workshops. What about editing? Can you tell me more? Can you tell me more information? Like, how's your editing process? Do you have a friend do it? Anything?
Yeah, I do a lot of the editing myself. And then when I either when I get stuck or when I think something is like almost ready to be sent out to find a home, then that's when I, reach out to a friend or somebody who has time to say, can you just read my piece and see if anything looks off? Sometimes I'll pull in my family to say, can you read it and tell me what's off? And they usually spot on in terms of, I think this is missing or this is overdone. So I do, I think editing is very important. And it's also, for me, it's important to get, because I'm so close to the work and I see it all the time. It's very important to me to get an outsider's thoughts and feedback on the piece just before I send it out, so I can give it that final look and plug any holes.
Oh, that's a great process. I'll have to remember that as a kind of advice for later. It's a good tip for writers. Where can people find you on social media?
Um, they can find me on Instagram and on Facebook. On Instagram, I think I'm at Majella Pinto, one word. And Facebook, I think it's the same, Majella Pinto, one word.
How about you give the readers your story, uh, the version from your voice, I mean.
Okay, I can read it now. Uh,
This is the result of 4 hours sleep, so excuse me.
no, no, no worries, no worries. Okay, PHAEDO of the Fuhrer, the reincarnations. He ended his life not as an artist. His cursed remains, along with Blondie's, retreated in the Beatrice River and sent his soul looking for a new body to finish what he had begun. The soul found Jamaica Bay and Lake Sharmista.
Oh yeah, it's great hearing your voice in that. I wouldn't have caught the tone without hearing you read it. So it's a pleasure hearing you read it.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. So did you just kind of write it right out, or did you think for a few days, or how'd that process go?
I did think about it for a few days, and um, this is political satire, so
Hmm.
um, it was what was going on during the time that I wrote it, and I think it's actually still quite relevant. I did do a lot of research
Hmm.
to find out about these the characters that this is about. So I did do that, and then I put everything down. And then, of course, you have to make sure that it's 42 words. So then you start do the editing process where you chop things out so that it all makes sense and fits into the 42 words format.
That makes sense. So before you go, I'd like to, if you're okay with it, show you the merch store, because I think it's a little better than randomly playing a video, which sometimes I have to do because I didn't have it until later on when I made a few of these interviews. So I'd love to show it to you if you have a minute.
Yes, yes, sure.
Kind of get a person's reaction. If you think it's horrible, though, you could tell me. You could say, "No, you have to take all of this down and redo it." And I'm happy to hear real advice. So it's on Redbubble. I don't know if you saw an email on that, and
I think so.
it's just here. Share screen. Yeah. So if you go to the merch store, you can see a lot of different designs for the book, which I recommend authors do for their books too. It's a great way to just sort of sell extra things and have an incentive to read. You know, after you read, you kind of feel like you made an achievement. And I think having something else to hold on to aside from just the book is a great idea. Like you can have like something like this, which is I think about $1. So $2. It's a sticker.
Okay.
So, you know, imagine you achieve it and then you have this to go on. And then it's easier to carry around than a book, right? A shirt
Yeah.
or something like that. Or just a card that you can send to someone. And again, I recommend it for your own writing as well. You could basically go to Redbubble and put your anything that you've paid for or that you made and make it into art. You have art, so it's a great way to advertise your art. Uh, yeah,
Okay.
they even have magnets. But
Okay.
I think is the cool one, the best, is the design of the book with the whole title, which is here.
Yeah, I did not receive an email about this. I think it would be really good if um because I would definitely buy something.
Well,
It's also a nice conversation starter.
yeah. Like oh, what's book of 42? And then you talk about it. No, it's this book with 1,764 stories, and there's about 1,200 writers in there. And, and before they freak out, oh, that's only 42 word stories. Because I mentioned to someone that I compiled a book with that many stories, and then a friend of mine who knew about the anthology said you should mention that it's 42 word stories,
Yes.
one book, because they're gonna think that's a really long book. Hmm. But what's your reaction to the design? Should I throw these away or keep selling?
No, I think this is really good. I really like that you're doing this.
Hmm.
And I think this is gonna help, this is definitely gonna help push the book.
Yeah,
Not
and
not
I
just
even like
now when we are releasing it, but even I think later.
okay, yeah, hopefully it does. I really like that there's a book for the book, like a little notebook.
Yeah.
It's 'cause I still write by hand and also on computer, so it's something like that's handy for me. But as you can see, the whole title's there, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah, yeah. So how does one buy it? Do you need to have an account with Redbubble?
Yeah, but it's free to sign up.
Okay, okay,
Thanks for asking. I guess some places are different. Yeah, you can even sign in with your Gmail or something.
okay, okay,
Yeah, I can send you a link later on. There's also going to be one in the description.
okay, okay. Yeah, I would definitely buy a t-shirt.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, and by the way, the funds for that I get for Redbubble, they're going to help pay for the editors and the artists that I still have to pay. In addition, some of the money is going to charity. So that's to the charity is why is my mind drawing a blank on this one? United Through Reading. That's the charity.
United Reading. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a good charity. They spread reading everywhere, and that's why we picked them. But a while ago there was a selection where I go which right organization should we donate money to profit, and that one was picked from
Okay.
from the votes.
I'll look them up. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, thank you for your time today.
But thank you for doing this.
All right.
And it's one thing that I didn't ask you, which I should have asked you at the
Oh,
beginning,
okay.
is how do you like to be addressed? Is it Bam or is it your first name?
Oh, Bertram or Bam?
Yeah.
Both are okay.
Oh,
It's
okay.
kind of funny because my family would call me Alan when I was a child, and then when I was an adult and I moved to Japan, I started using Bertram, my first name. and people are still calling me Alan, and I feel like they're talking to a child and not the adult. So it's kind of funny.
Okay, okay.
But
Well, I
people use anything.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I have a similar story. Majella is actually my middle name, but that's the name I go with. And it was only when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old that I found out what my first name was. But by then, it just felt very alien. So there are some people that call me by my first name, and I just don't feel like they're talking to me. Yeah.
That's kind of funny. Yeah, it's great to be able to relate to someone on that level because no one understands the burden of names like we do, I guess. Hmm. It was a pleasure talking with you, and have a good one, Magella.
You too. You
Wait,
too.
I should ask, what is your name? What is your first name?
My first name is Pamela.
Pamela. Okay. Oh, I can see. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you know when this video is released, and
Okay.
it's night for you, so have a good night.
All right. All right. You have a good day. Take care. See you. Bye.